Hi, I'm Dr. Mike.
And I'm Noah.
And this is the NFGeeks Christmas Movie Special. All right. Noah, another great episode for today.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be a great one.
Yeah, this is good because
Really good
this is Noah's favorite of the bunch.
Oh, yes,
right?
yes.
Of the ones we've picked. And so for this video, we're going to do Gremlins.
Yes. The original 1985, I think?
I think it's 1985.
Yeah, 1985 Gremlins.
Yes.
If you haven't seen it, definitely go see it.
Yeah, Noah's a big fan.
I am. It was, I think, not my first Christmas movie, but one of my first movies. Definitely one of the first 80s movies I watched.
Oh, really?
Yes, and I did really like it.
Yeah, I actually saw it in the theater. So I was right in the middle watching the whole debate. So I guess we'll start with this. You know, Gremlins is one of the movies that actually invented PG-13.
Right.
And people sort of wigging out about it.
Backstory?
About it?
About how it and another movie gave that?
Yeah, it's just that
okay, Gremlins and Indiana Jones Temple of Doom.
Oh, Temple of Doom. I also saw in the theater.
Were rated PG at the time, but when you go into them, they had like really, really graphic stuff that wasn't exactly R, but wasn't exactly PG, which made the I don't know what they're called. The movie,
ratings.
Yeah, the ratings people go, okay, we need something that can actually we can for these two movies. So that eventually made PG-13.
And what I was telling Noah is that and this happens with the internet now. It's funny how this repeats itself. Is that parents of that time in the 80s
and video games
and right, parents in the 80s did not realize how much their kids had been exposed to thanks to cable television.
Right.
So when I watched it at 16, it was something. We saw it, was like ooh, ow, but like I started watching rated R movies when I was 11.
Yeah, I think I saw it around 10.
Yeah.
Maybe a little younger.
Right.
And I wasn't like freaked out about it.
No, neither was I.
I thought it was funny, honestly.
Yeah, by the time I got to Gremlins, it wasn't that big a deal, I mean,
right.
Yeah, it was gross and it's violent and you're watching it, but I had already seen a bunch of stuff.
Right.
Also, there's this whole thing that, like, well, we're marketing horror to kids, but, like, that's always been the case. All horror is marketed to a younger audience. It's not marketed to adults. Think anything. This goes back to the 1950s with monsters and rubber suits, and it's always for a younger group of people. So
yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about the scene then, or the one of the moments where that everybody talks about, which is when the mother is going into battle with all these gremlins. Right.
About I think only after I would say 40 minutes into the movie, pretty quickly actually, the gremlins have finally came out of their stage,
right,
and are now what you as gremlins, so they're in the house, and the only person in the house is the main character's mother. So there's this whole scene in the kitchen mostly of the mother finding and then getting rid of the gremlins. And I have to say, coming from my perspective, they were pretty awesome. And to be honest, it's not that bad because one, they're evil looking, and two, it's not like red blood. It's not like what you see. It's like
it's gremlin green blood.
Right. It's like it's not that bad, honestly. If you look at it from that perspective.
Well, I had the one with the gremlin in the microwave. That's the most memorable one. We all remember
and it's most controversial, apparently.
Yes, too. We all remember that. But I remember it vividly from the thing. But you pointed out, and it was very funny, but it also was disturbing. Is that before the microwave one, she stabs one on the counter. She stabs a gremlin on the counter, which I kind of vaguely remember. Right, and then Noah says, Dad, look, and like behind her, the gremlin is still alive, impaled on the counter,
Now,
like moving.
Like, right, it's still like,
alive.
Right, okay. Now, to be honest, in reality, that's probably them just leaving on the animatronics.
Oh no,
But,
no way, they did that on purpose.
Are you sure?
Yeah, absolutely, because it's kind of like
It's writhing.
Yeah, it's writhing. I had forgotten all about that. You had to point that out.
And I just noticed it.
Yeah.
I just noticed it.
All right, I got something out. I did a little research, about this. Here's another. I'm gonna spring on you.
Oh boy.
All right, I can't wait for the reaction on this one. So I did a little as I do with everything. I always do my homework. I read up on it, and apparently there's a whole theory that Gremlins is racist, and that the Gremlins are symbolizing African Americans, and how bad African Americans are. That this is an 80s symbol of African Americans being undesirable. They're violent. They drink. They smoke with the cigarettes hanging out of their mouth. They wear black sunglasses. These are some of the things. They're break dancing in it. There's one with the hat. Remember, he looks black. He looks like an old black guy. He's sitting there all by himself. And he's got the glasses. There's him. Oh wait, this is the best one. How do they turn it? And I'm not making this up. This is what it said. How did they turn? The ultimate African American insult? How do they turn into gremlins? They eat fried chicken.
Okay.
Go look it up. This is real. What do you? I have something to say about it, but what do you have something to say?
It seems to me more like the person saying that is the one being racist.
Okay.
Anybody can do any of the things that the Gremlins did, white or black.
Yeah.
To be honest, they kill another black guy in it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, actually, the person said though, like the black guy in the horror movie always dies.
Okay.
So there you go. He dies.
I don't know. That it seems more like the person saying that is being more racist than the movie. And to be honest, I doubt anybody making the movie was like, "Well, we should really insult black people."
Well, probably not. Right. It's unlikely that they did say that.
So
the person who wrote this as an article was probably African American themselves. Keep that in mind. No white person would have thought of this. So
good point.
And racism is in the eye of the beholder. Got to keep that in mind too. But I was here's my theory is that it's not that the movie is racist. The movie is using popular things from 80s pop culture and putting it into the movie. And things from the 80s that are popular are African American things, and these are stereotypical African American things. But it's because they're from pop culture. So it's not like they said, let's do an African American stereotype. They said, let's put in one of the Gremlins breakdancing because that's popular. And that's an African American thing that was popular, that had become into the pop culture.
Okay.
So I think it's an indirect racism. I think it could easily be seen as racist, but it's because those things were popular outside of Gremlins, and they decided to put it into the movie.
Okay, and again, I don't think anybody came out of the movie thinking anything racist or thinking something about.
Well, no, someone did. The person who watched it. I mean,
okay, this one guy.
I don't know. Fried chicken. They got a point with that one.
Okay, but the other one ate a sandwich.
I suppose. But what was in the sandwich?
Is it really chicken? I swear to God, if we go back and it's chicken.
I don't know. No, I don't know.
God.
But it's something to think about with Gremlins. All right, so let's talk about the Myers-Briggs situation. Noah, you and I have a point of contention, and it's a particularly NFSJ split. So it's a point to talk about. Yeah, go ahead, set it up.
Okay. In the movie, throughout the movie, even from the beginning, there's this old lady character that is put off as very rich and very mean, Scrooge-like.
Yeah.
And that occurs, and more of that coming out occurs throughout the film.
At least the first part of the movie.
Right. Before the Gremlins come. Then when the Gremlins come, there's a scene where, she has a chair in her house that helps her, move from the top floor to the down floor. One of those electronic things that goes up and down.
Yeah, the stairs.
Right.
It goes.
So the Gremlins come to her house, and after scaring her, she gets on the chair, but one of them had rigged it to speed up. So there's this scene where she gets down on the chair, tries to go upstairs to get away from the gremlins, but it speeds up so fast, she zooms up the stairs so fast that she gets...
Right, this is very funny.
It is. She gets blown out of the window.
Right.
Hits a tree, hits some tree branches, and then falls into the snow.
In the middle of the street.
In the middle of the street.
And dies.
Okay.
Probably from a broken neck.
I found the violence and craziness of the scene funny.
Okay, so here's my problem. My problem is that...
And a bit... Wait. And a bit justified.
Right, and that's the point of contention, is that my position is that there was nothing in this movie that warranted her death.
She was going to kill a dog!
Okay, first of all, she just said she was going to kill the dog. She didn't actually kill the dog.
Because she didn't get to.
Okay, but that doesn't mean you don't deserve to be punished because you might commit a crime. You can't say, well, I think you're going to rob that store, so we're going to arrest you now.
Okay, she's not...
Proactively. You know? She didn't deserve the...
Okay, but the scene is funny.
I don't know. You know, before the gremlins attack, she's sort of like being with her cats. You know, it shows that she does have a
that
side.
She named after money.
Okay, so what? But she couldn't name them shitheads.
How self-centered
no,
and like greedy are you that you name cats money?
All right, but so what? She was treating the cats with love and care. She was being nice to the cats.
She was yelling at one of them.
No, she wasn't yelling. At no point is she yelling. It's not really yelling. She's just like talking to the cats as cats.
She was gonna throw water on Christmas carolers.
So, all right, but that's because, you know, they were annoying her. But still, does throwing water on Christmas carolers warrant death? Death. A horrible death where you're thrown out of a window into a tree and then you break your neck on the street for the indignity of, like, being there on the street dead.
Okay, one...
And she was probably left there until the next morning, till Christmas morning, when finally everything calmed down. So she's probably on the street dead.
Okay. As a viewer, not really getting that in-depth into it, it's a bit justified. It's not completely justified or anything, but you feel...
No, you're happy about it. You're glad it happens. Just be honest. You're trying to be...
Because it's funny.
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny.
You're okay with it. So I'm not okay with it. It's difficult for me.
It's not that bad.
All right. So I had another thought. This actually goes back to the racist one, and into our own audience, and that is that it seems to me the Gremlins don't act. They're not black, but I think they seem to be SPs. I think Gremlins.
Oh, of course.
I think when the Gremlins eat the food, they turn into SPs. Everything is SP. They're just running amok.
It's not the food.
What is it?
No, if you notice, they start acting that way after they come off of Gizmo.
Right, no, but I mean, what I was thinking when they turn into... All right, you want to say that they were SPs even prior.
No. What happens is that somehow this NF...
Right, Gizmo's an NF.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, my God.
Right, he's an NF magical creature.
This NF magical creature or entity spawns SPs.
Yes.
Which, I don't know if that could possibly... Could that possibly relate to actually NFs and SPs in real life?
I don't know, like, what's the symbolism? What's the racist symbolism in that?
Towards NFs, apparently.
Towards NFs.
Or SPs.
I don't...
that you somehow can cause SPs to do things?
Oh, that's fantastic. No, I don't think so.
I'm not
going to take any responsibility for gremlin SPs running around, drinking, smoking,
No, but yeah, they're definitely
mischief.
SPs. And again, the leader one is definitely an ESTP.
Right, he is an ESTP. The right, Stripe. I keep saying Spike, but it's not.
No, it's Stripe.
Right, he's an SP, and Gizmo. Right, they're all SPs.
Except Gizmo.
Except Gizmo, who is an NF. Apparently.
Probably
he sings. He's cute.
Probably an INFP.
Yeah, maybe he is. Yeah, well, wait a minute. He is an introvert.
Oh
yeah, I would say he is an INFP. Gizmo is an INFP.
He doesn't judge.
No, he doesn't. No, and he's not right. He's not so INF. Doesn't seem INFJ to me. Seems much more INFP. Kind of gets sad. It's all
magical powers.
Magical powers, absolutely. All right, so let's talk about the Christmas aspect of it. Now, this movie has one of the most bizarre Christmas things of any Christmas movie ever.
Again, at the beginning.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, that it does set up that it's not shitting on Christmas. It has both the secular and the religious side in music and visuals. It's actually setting up, and not only that, it takes place in a place that Like there's snow on the ground. It actually looks like Christmas.
Yeah,
like
that's one of the things. Right, that's actually one of the things. It
symbolizes Christmas actually really well.
It does. It's a place as opposed to Die Hard.
Which
Which
is completely secular. Nobody wants it.
Yeah, why would you want to be there?
And people actually like it. And
yes.
Like, it's actually an enjoyable Christmas that's being set up here.
And it's only this one incident that makes it a shitty Christmas.
Yes.
It's just this bizarre event. Without this event, this is a great place to have Christmas. There's snow, even with Mrs. Deagle, and she's a jerk. But
somebody ruins it.
Right.
Honestly, I think it's symbolizing the ruining of Christmas by people who don't care about the holiday.
Like African Americans, is that what you're saying? Alright, no, just SPs. You know.
Or anyone, honestly.
No, right.
Look what they do in it is they get drunk, they smoke, they act like horrible people. And to be honest, Christmas, there are tons of Christmas stories people say of where that person that comes to that Christmas party totally ruins everything.
Yeah, there's always somebody who ruins the Christmas party. That's true.
So honestly, I think it's
somebody who ruins Christmas in general.
I think it's symbolizing the ruining of Christmas.
Alright, so this town, it's a good town to have Christmas, so it's a good place. Okay, so now let's get to it. The most bizarre story ever. Go ahead.
I just want to say, if you've watched our Die Hard video already, you'll know that we mentioned that I believe we did mention it, the black guy in Die Hard, Al, says this bizarre Christmas story about killing a kid on, Christmas because he thought it was a thing as a rookie cop. Okay, this movie trumps that bizarre Christmas story.
Yes.
If you thought that was a bit bizarre, this story in Gremlins is super bizarre.
It's basically, the story is that Phoebe Cates, who I forgot how pretty.
Phoebe Cates' character.
Hates
Christmas.
Because
her
father was, and she tells the story. Her father was, all right. Her father goes missing over from Christmas Eve past Christmas Day, and nobody knows where he is. And her mother and her mother
are frantic and freaking out.
And so she goes to the fireplace and she smells a bad smell. And what happened was the father was trying to climb down the Christmas tree, dressed up as Santa, and then broke his the chimney, and then broke his neck and died. And his body was still in the chimney.
Okay.
And she tells the story.
Okay, no. There's a whole scene. There's a whole scene devoted to this.
Of her telling it.
This story.
Yes, of her telling the story.
Really creepily. 2, it's nonsensical because how do you have a chimney that's big enough for him to go down, but small enough for him to be trapped in?
Well, yeah. What also?
And 3. What did that have anything to do with what's going on in the movie?
Yeah, it's really a showstopper. Like, it brings the movie to a complete halt because it's not only as bad or worse than what's going on with the Gremlins. It's an event that hypothetically could really happen.
Right.
Like, you're not going to worry about the Gremlins coming out of the fridge and trying to stab you with a steak knife or whatever. That's very unlikely. But having a family member in a Christmas prank accidentally kill themselves, that's not, that could happen. It could take place. It doesn't require any supernatural things.
Okay, I could kind of get them wanting to have a character that hated Christmas, but to be honest, they could have just made them a Scrooge, made them not Christian or something,
or just not have them hate Christmas,
or that,
right? Just be the girlfriend,
right? There was literally no, seriously, if you haven't seen Gremlins, watch it. When you get to this scene, you're just going to be going,
where she tells this story.
Right.
Yeah.
You get to this scene, you're just going to be like, what does that have to do with anything?
Yeah. And it's a showstopper. The movie comes to a complete halt. All right, one last thing about Christmas before we finish up.
Wait. That goes back to my thing. Ruining Christmas.
Yes.
This whole movie is about ruining Christmas.
Right, it is. It's about, maybe they're all about ruining Christmas. Hans Gruber pretty much ruins Christmas too.
Okay, yeah, but that one's more Christmas as a symbol in the movie in Die Hard, again, as we said, was much more secular and nobody cares about it. In this one, it's represented to be both religious and secular, and it's a nice holiday, but it gets ruined by stupid, crazy people.
Okay. All right, one last thing about Christmas before we finish up is that, because I was laughing about this when we were watching it, is that the Chinese guy at the very end of the movie is the anti-Santa. So for starters, he magically enters the house, but like creepily. Like they turn around, he's already like in
They're
the
just
house.
standing there.
Right, he's in their house, like at the couch. Like he's not even in the doorway. He's walked like 8 feet into their living room. And like, and what does he do Christmas Day? What does he do? Does he give a present? No, he takes away a present.
He takes Gizmo back.
He takes, Mogwai, he takes him back, so he's the anti-Santa. He creepily comes in and then takes a present with him.
Yeah. Okay, no, but as he says in there, it's because they don't deserve it yet.
Yeah, right. It's totally opposite of Santa. Here you go, you deserve it. No, you don't deserve it.
Well, okay, he didn't give it to them. He didn't give it to them.
Right, he wouldn't have. He was already a Santa jerk even prior to that for Christmas.
Not exactly.
All right. Well, hey, still. All right. So that's it.
Right.
That's our Christmas. So that's Gremlins. Check it out if you can.
Tune in for our next one.
That's right. That'll be tomorrow night. As always, follow NFGeeks on Twitter and Tumblr, and check us out on the NFGeeks Facebook forum. And boy, Christmas is happening.
Oh,
Right?
it's happening.
It's happening. All right.
See ya.